Hey. Welcome to the Dollar Hour with yours truly, Deonte Burden. I'm your gracious and humble producer, DJ Lad. We trying to get it all together. Been slow days raining out here, y'all. So forgive us.
Hey,
it is a live show.
That bass had me, man. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. We got an awesome show planned tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking about something that everybody's experiencing right now, and that's the Great Resignation. The Great Resignation. Okay. Where did it come from? The Great Resignation. Where did it start from?
Is it true?
Huh?
Is it true?
Hell yeah, it's true. I tell you it's true for my damn 30-40 minute wait at Waffle House just to get a chair in an empty store. Okay. So yes, it's true. Okay. Who the hell got an hour wait in Waffle House with damn 3 people in there eating? Come on in, hon. Right. You know. Sit down where you want to, hon. You can't sit down no damn well. Don't sit there. And they got the yellow tape like it been a murder scene on the damn seat. So yeah, man. Shit, So yeah, I think it's gonna be a super show because I wanted to talk about it for a while, and we just haven't had a chance, to discuss it. So I think it's gonna be a real fun show tonight. So I want everybody to make sure we interact and give you input and everything. To have a good time tonight. Before we get started out, again, I'm Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. I want to say what's up to my awesome producers, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother?
Now, what's happening?
We got a rainy Thursday out here at ATL, right?
Yeah. It's raining.
Right.
It's raining, but and also Slick 316. Where you gonna beat me up? The mother. Well, you ain't gonna mention me,
right?
But yeah, man, weather real funky, man. Weather real funky. So, but I guess it kind of caught me off guard. I'm glad I didn't watch the car today.
Right.
So just one of the little things with that. So, but.
We kind of snuck up on it.
Yeah, definitely. It looked funny all day on the south side. So, but it never did come down and everything. So, again, tonight we're talking about the Great Resignation. First, a little quick housekeeping rule, guys. If it's not pertaining to actually the show we're talking about tonight, please hold all questions of anything dealing with grants, funding, loans, whatever. Please hold them down to the end of the show. I promise you, I will open the floor up and I answer any question that you guys have, okay? Any questions that you guys have. So, again, before we get started, guys, I always rehash the previous week. I want to say, everybody, because I'm 100% TMP, disabled veteran. Happy Veterans Day.
That's right.
To you guys. You can't get shit free. We going through this damn Great Resignation.
Right.
Hell, you already waiting an hour or two on a normal day. Hell. Waffle House, Denny's, Chili's, Wendy's, everywhere. Yeah. I mean, you waiting and stuff. Man, I ain't waiting for this. I mean, damn, you don't waste good hours of your life.
Right.
And then they got a special damn menu. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Whiz Burger. You be like, what is this? We got a vet burger special for you guys.
Right.
So, I mean, but shout out to all my veterans, anybody who served in the branch of the military and everything. I hope you guys enjoyed today, man. But it was pretty cool. Only thing I did really get was I went to the polo store, did a little retail therapy.
Okay.
But they didn't have no dang. The young lady there, man, I was like, y'all got veterans discount? Oh, we got the discount that's marked on there. I'm like, oh, dealing with Crayola. Went to a couple of little places. They had vet discounts. Got my little free Krispy Kreme. And
they give you free Krispy Kreme.
Oh, man,
just one, right?
Well, yeah, you one, but here, this the after part. You get Krispy Kreme and coffee. So I got like cool. I'm my donut was so soft and delicious being into it. I grabbed my coffee and then listen, I'm going 75 right now. I put that coffee in my mouth. I thought somebody set a damn fire to my tongue. What the? I'm spitting coffee all in my damn
it's
coffee.
Too hot.
That shit burnt the hell out of my mouth. I still got skins peeling in my damn top of my mouth right now.
Wow.
What the hell?
Did it say hot on the cup though? Did it say hot on?
But damn, lad, that wasn't hot. That was scalding.
You can't sue. You can't get no 27 million out that one.
Oh man, the hell, man.
Well, speaking of Great Resignation, how about great customer service or great customer service? I don't know. I went somewhere that they gave them the bill was like $27. I gave them 30. They gave me $3 back in change. So they had no ones. I said, hey, y'all ain't got no ones. No, we all out of dollars. This is a store though. Like this is a chain. This is not mom and pops.
It's a cash shortage out there.
It is.
It's a cash shortage. Some place will tell you have the signs marked out, especially a lot of mom and pops. Have exact change your card. You know, the unfortunate part about that, what you're doing, you're limiting stuff.
Right.
We're doing it, you know, like that don't give people an incentive to leave your tip or anything. But you know, yeah, it is a cash shortage going on. But that's pretty unique. You know, you probably messed them up. You know, you go to fast food, but they don't like doing this.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit. They be like, hey, they cringing. How they ain't gave me exact change. I gotta add.
They better learn that mental math.
Oh hell no. They be enough.
Like my like the granddaughter say, Carly say, I know mental math. I don't have to use my fingers no more. I counted in my head.
I gave one girl some money one time. I thought she about to have a damn seizure. She said, hey baby, 15 cents. That's all you got given. Okay. She shit, she can't get your ass out of register. I said, baby, give me that 15 cents.
Right.
Okay. She went in there and got it, boy. I asked her, boy, she had a mad ad. Woo! But you know, yeah, big shout out to my veterans, guys. You know, I thought it was gonna come out this week. I apologize, but probably by Wednesday next week, we have a tax course. I'm 80% done with it. Want to over deliver to you guys, but it's coming. So please bear with me with that.
Right.
Last but not least, guys, I want to let you know we did hit another milestone. Mr. Short Dollar hit 19,000 subscribers. 19,000.
You just breaking them in,
hey man, 19,000. I think we probably at 19,1.
19,1.
19,1 right now. Yeah. Okay, so guys, you know, I really want to tell you guys from bottom of my heart, thanks all the love and support. But we definitely want to hit that 20,000 before the end of the month.
Right.
We want to hit 20,000 before the end of the month, man. So we're gonna try to keep going with that and stuff. So please keep telling everybody, you know, your family, friends to subscribe to Mr. Short Dollar. You know, been working real hard on the YouTube channel, and a lot of great information. Over 300 videos, over 150 videos on the grants playlist. Cover business operation, business funding, business management. A lot of great information. So make sure you go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube and check those videos out, okay? And now to go back to the night show again. Right now, before we start, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. Am I forgetting anything? I think that's all.
That's it.
Yeah, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. So whatever platform you follow us on, I appreciate it. But please get around to going to the YouTube channel, because that is the hub where all the videos are on the YouTube channel, okay? Okay, well, tonight we're talking about a Great Resignation. Well, we're talking about a Great Resignation. What had me thinking about is what Lab was talking about earlier. You know, you go on these fast food places, you're like, what the hell is going on? What in the hell is going on? Everybody is just waiting, you know, and then you go inside, there's nobody really in there. And hell, if they let you come inside.
That's the new thing. They're not letting you come inside no more.
So, but they only have minimal staff and everything, and you seeing it's like, what in the world is going on? And it's not even just restaurants. You talk about just your hotels or retail stores and everything. You know, it's like nobody's in there working. Now you sit there with yourself, well, people don't want to work, or what's going on? You're not paying them enough. It's all kind of theories in regards to why. But why you being a customer, you don't give it, a damn about none of that. You just want your damn breakfast. You just want to get served and everything. But it's definitely a dynamic that I think everybody has, maybe indirectly or directly in some shape, form, or fashion, has affected. Majority of us, unless you live in a damn cave. And I just want to have a discussion now in regards to that, talking about the Great Resignation. When we talk about the Great Resignation, what are we talking about? We live this massive wave of throughout the country, all these different industries. People are either, quitting their jobs, leaving, resigning, however, but they're doing it. And we just, I just want to kind of just look at it, because it's like, what in the hell is going on?
Okay.
What in the hell is going on?
Okay.
And like I said, we're going to discuss theoretically different reasons why it possibly might be happening. But I think it's amazing to me that going through the pandemic, where people just seem like people are so afraid to lose their jobs.
Right.
And now, damn, they're like, F that job. And that's
Yeah,
you know,
that's a whole different dynamic now. It's like
so now you said now,
job.
job, whatever. Now,
Yeah.
you know, and that I really want to have a discussion because there's no way in the hell 2 years ago I would think we would be where we at right now.
Right.
You know, and it's unique. I'm not knocking at anything like that, but I do think it's something that we need to talk about because I believe that just like all things that happen good, you know, that is favorable to the economy, there's going to be some kind of what we call in finance a correction or adjustment.
It's always, always a correction.
We talk about that in marketing. You know, I know everybody getting day trading now. That's one of the things we're going to have that kind of correction or adjustment hit the market. Don't know what it will be, possible things it might be. But again, right now, you got a lot of people out right now. F that job. I'm ahead doing me and stuff like that. And what they're doing is different things. Maybe working, maybe entrepreneuring, maybe work somewhere else, maybe entrepreneuring, maybe just be chilling, you know what I mean? But it's something to see.
It is.
Because it's real. The odd part about me is just how one thing that I always I've noticed is the rent and the cost of housing has skyrocketed. So now you sit there wondering, like, why the hell nobody ain't working if it costs more money just to damn, you know, stay where you stay at. So, theoretically, so you wonder those kind of things. What you about to say, Larry?
Well, I want to say that the cost. I think a lot of this, and we'll go through it. You know, employees feel like they have the power right now. You know, you have so many people who did lose their job, and those people went on to other things or moved out of the state or did other things. Now that the companies need these folks back, they're not going back because they thinking like, well, you wasn't loyal to me when the pandemic happened. You let me go 2 days after they said it was a pandemic. So why do I have to be loyal to you? And you know, we talked about this on a couple of shows back. Long gone are the days of being at some job for 30 years and retiring. That's not happening no more.
Company man over with.
Right. And you know, a lot of these millennials and younger folks who would work at these restaurants, they're not gonna stay there no way. They don't feel like that's a career choice. They just doing something to get a couple of dollars and they gonna move on to the next.
I read something today. I don't know how true it is. I don't know if it's census data or not. That majority of the people that actually resign and leaving are mid level career people. So people that actually probably in the workforce probably at least 10 to 15 years. They're probably like, okay, think for whatever reason, you know, my career stagnant, want more money, whatever. But job security, not job security, life security. We'll work something out.
Right.
And then you look at it with the all these different things that you can do from a contractual standpoint, you know, from the Ubering and Lyfting, and you can get you some insurance on the marketplace. I don't know the prices. You probably can figure it out
right
a whole lot quicker than you trying to sit there and work and you're stuck with whatever you get paid.
Right.
You and whatever time frame you work and you're going from there. You're not necessarily, you know, restricted to that.
Right. And then anymore. You have the back to the loyalty thing. If you know, you doing the contractor Ubering and Lyft and all that stuff and working things out, getting insurance off the marketplace and all that, you don't have to worry about the loyalty part. If something else happens, if this job gonna let me go as soon as they stop making $4. You get what I'm saying?
You just need to be loyal to your car.
Right.
So you gotta be loyal to. Right. So we started looking at, you know, now kind of like what we're talking about now, what cost it? So we do know for a fact majority started with the pandemic and everything. So with the pandemic coming, that's probably we've seen like the advent of it. Did that trigger it or anything like that? I don't know. I'm trying to have a little technical issues with the Instagram. Okay. Okay. So even with the advent of the pandemic, you had all these people, like you said, you know, worried about job security and I'm going to lose my job. Nobody was making money. Place was shut down for the longest. Couldn't even be working. Couldn't be open. And then all of a sudden, you know, people were actually getting laid off. Early retirement packages. You might have to move, do these
Right.
things, and people just making these, wholesale changes out of the blue. Because one part of you worried about hell, COVID killing you. Now you got to worry about COVID, taking your whole lifestyle away.
Right. That's true. That's true.
So a lot of people had to make adjustments with just dealing with that. Um, Part of coming with the COVID, and this is probably one of the things that actually, made my business, extremely profitable in 2020 was the whole advent of the remote.
Mm. Okay.
Remote services,
The remote work.
remote work, virtual opportunities. We had already been offering, like I would tell people, we had been offering Zoom and Google Hangouts to our tax clients for the past 5 years. But you get, what is that? Now I want, it was virtual stuff. You don't have to meet us. Nobody really wanted to do it. But all of a sudden comes the pandemic, and now you say, now hell, you pretty much in a situation. You see something? I think that just came back up. Hold on one second, please bear with us, guys. I'm trying to try not to close the. It's back up now. Okay. I want to get all my family together for Instagram back in here. Ooh, yeah. There we go. You had people coming with the remote opportunities. So now you had that whole shift where businesses will now actually hell run their whole teams and operations from their house. And so now you're sitting there revisiting things like, look, man, we don't have to worry about people coming in. We don't have to worry about overhead. We don't have to worry about this other stuff. We can do our operations here. We just need to, find a way to make sure that our system stays a certain way so people don't get out of hand, people don't get off track, anything like that. So just really once they got that down, got a system on how to run everything remotely, hey, man, things are changing right now. So I can even maybe hire more people at a lower cost because I don't have to worry about more, this big office building lease bill for the office building, utilities dealing with that. I might even contract you out and things like that. I don't necessarily have to have you there. All these different opportunities are coming up because people are working remotely. Just the whole virtual opportunities and everything. Exactly what's coming up. So now you're sitting there like, okay, we're moving different now. We're moving different, right? So then we go to another thing is, explosion of the gig industry. Instacart, DoorDash, Uber, Lyft. These things were there, but now all of a sudden, like, look, man, once restrictions got lifted, hell, people just out there doing their thing now because people got so used to and lazy. Nobody trying to go grocery shopping at the grocery store. Everybody doing their DoorDash.
And they're still popular right now.
So
It's getting more popular now than it was, I think, during the pandemic because a lot of people didn't realize it back then.
Absolutely.
So now it's like, oh, I can have somebody. I mean, you go walk around Walmart and you see them folks with them carts. They collecting food. They shopping for the folks.
Yeah, and like I say, you have all these different opportunities you can do, and it's so grocery shopping, clothes shopping, just doing certain things. Just that whole gig industry open up a lot of opportunities. Then you talk about, I think probably lastly, people just probably start really looking at how they value their time.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I ain't got to be sitting at the office all damn day long. I can do this at the house. Yeah, I can play around and do my stuff in the morning. Go, Uber and Lyft all day and do certain things, and they're not really constricted. And the math still be the same, and they getting their money. They ain't got to worry about, FICA. None of that stuff and everything. Even though they're gonna deal with FICA come tax time, but actually, like I said, man, they were just sitting there. A lot of things that you don't have to deal with the whole bureaucracy of being at a job every day, it ain't there. So again, we start looking at what possibly caused this whole thing with the Great Resignation. We're looking at the pandemic, possibly these possibly the pandemic, remote opportunities, the gig industry, And individuals just kind of having a different perspective. And I can sit here at home. Why am I gonna pay daycare, $2,000 or $3,000 a month when I can sit here with my kids and then work at night, do this, when one of us, all kind of things you just shift because of the different opportunities that you had coming out of the pandemic. Well, I don't necessarily coming out of, but through the adjustment that came along with the pandemic. Okay, so how do we go from there? So you're looking at in regards to moving forward. How is it affecting everybody? We start looking at just things that come along with the Great Resignation. Is anybody tuning in? Have any questions, anything before I start flapping? Okay. I think people really depend on who you talk to, and everything. Like, I got more opportunities. I can do this. I can do that. Some people may be looking at from the perspective of, I can move and I can do what I want to do. Now, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people want security, but we just talked about that whole quality of life thing. You're not restricted to, you got to go in there and slave at a certain spot all day long
for 8 hours,
for
10 hours,
yeah, and also for $8 damn. You have more control of what you about to do. What you about to ask me later?
No, I wouldn't ask you anything. I'm just listening. I'm waiting for my chance. I want to see where you're going. I'm gonna see where you're going before I say something.
I got you. And then you're looking at when you going to work every day, unless you're in a situation where you're in love with what you do, shit, you might be stressed the hell out.
True.
The cussing, the cussing and stress of a job, the stress of getting to a damn job. We know in Atlanta, you're gonna lose at least 3-4 hours of your life every day just sitting in traffic.
Right.
Little things that you just kind of be like, okay, that you probably took for granted. Just being able to see your kids all day, or going to seeing them get off the bus. Now you got attainable because you can do different things or whatever. And so, from an individual standpoint, there were a couple of things with that. What you about to say, brother?
As far as the pay part, and that's where we're losing a lot of folks at. These companies say, well, they can't afford to pay more.
Mm-hmm.
They can't afford to pay more. $8-7. Then you had a politician who jump in and say, well, the companies can't afford to pay more. They can't afford to pay more. But everything's steady going up. I mean, you look at the price of gas. Slick just told me the other day that they said the price of beef is going up. But I heard on NPR a couple of days ago that everything is going to go about 9%. Everything's going up about 9%. And when you look at those calculations and those little caveats that as far as the cost of living going up, but everybody that these companies want these employees to stay at $8 an hour. I mean, $8 an hour don't really get you that far no more. You think about when $100 was in 1985, $100 was a little something. Now $100 is like $20. It's not the same.
We're going to discuss it a little later. The issue going to always come back to what we always got to understand when we make some kind of move, whatever, it's going to be an inverse.
Mm-hmm.
So if you increase this, there's got to be an increase somewhere else to balance everything out. Right. And the issue comes up then, can we handle the inverse of a particular decision or move that we have? Just like when people decide to leave work, businesses got to adjust. Right. They got to adjust in a way. The pacifier is increased pay, but increased pay is not a long-term solution.
Okay.
So, we're going to get to those, but those are the kind of things I think if you're not on that
you
side.
Gotta explain to me how increased pay is not a long-term solution to increased cost of living.
Got you. Come on, Mr. Short Dollar.
I know. That's why I want you to explain it to me. Explain it to me. Break it down to me like fractions.
Okay. Well, again, before I explain the lab, again, this is the dollar hour. The night show we're discussing the Great Resignation, and right now this is I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Oh, what the hell, I'm so damn tongue tied. I ain't having a sip of this damn monkey shoulder shit. Again, this is I'm about to say change lives. I'm Deonte Burden, and we're looking at Mr. Short Dollar. You guys know Mr. Short Dollar. We talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. And again, tonight we're talking about the Great Resignation. Streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. LinkedIn tonight. We're streaming on all those platforms. So whatever, guys, I want you to make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dog. We got over 300 videos. That is the main hub where all the videos are there. So please go to the YouTube channel. Got some great videos, great grant opportunities coming up. And again, guys, please hold all your questions to the end of the show. I can answer them all of them from there. But again, tonight show, we're talking about the Great Resignation. The lab just asked me, we were talking, he's like, what is the, he's like, why wouldn't increased pay be a long-term solution? But before we get in that, what I want to look at, and when I was just asking how things going, I was just addressing how things are going for individuals. I want to discuss how things are going on for businesses. So you're looking at businesses. What are some of the things that happen with businesses right now? They're what, severely understaffed. Definitely, when you go in these places, they don't have enough people that are working. And when you don't have enough people working, you encounter something called shortage of services. So again, some things you're not trying to compromise, but you can't have your deliverables and everything in a certain place if you don't have the right amount of people in place to do it. Okay. So you're gonna have longer wait times at your restaurants. You're gonna have longer delivery times when you order things online and stuff like that. Things are just changing, and you might not give a damn about that. With that said, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. So those are some things with that. A lot of back orders. A lot of things gonna be out of stock because it just ain't there. And you got the legs go get it either. Ordering it, filling it, staging it, shipping it, none of that stuff. So with that said, it's a ripple effect with everything with people not going there, and all those things, including with a slower amount of services, those are some of the things that come out of not having enough people. So what my brother Lab was just bringing up in regards to how does it affect it? Well, but we got to understand something, Lab.
Okay.
That, when things are going good for the common man, it may not necessarily be going great for the big man. And what I mean by that is a lot of times, I don't necessarily say corporations want to keep their foot on people's neck. I will say this is that their job is to make a profit. And then when you get the employees, people that are trying to say that theirs is the same thing, we all can't be making profits. That don't mean you ain't hurting, but I got a cost associated always with dealing with you. Okay. And what we learned just in business school is that there's an opposite effect of everything. So if I give you $10, $15 an hour, long term wise, because we have an adjustment with certain things, but what's the long term effect of me giving you? We at Wendy's.
Okay.
We don't went from $8 to $15 an hour.
Okay.
What's the long term solution from the owner's perspective?
For the cover that $15 an hour?
Yeah.
Go up on prices.
Go up on prices, right? So if we go up on prices, do we think people are gonna be willing to pay for a $12 hamburger?
No, they won't. But you gotta look at the other part though. If everything across the board is going up, a $12 hamburger look like the norm. So you gotta normalize that thing. If everything across the board is going up, like everything is going up, then a $12 hamburger looks like a $12 hamburger. Because to be honest with you, right now we're paying $11 for a burger with fries.
Yeah, but that ain't how it's gonna stay, boss.
But I'm just saying, economically, I get what you're saying. If it's just the burger itself, that's the $12, and nothing else around it is gone up, then yeah, you would have a problem with people paying the $12 for the hamburger. But if you have a whole slew of things, if everything is going up, incrementally at the same time, simultaneously, then it's just gonna look like the norm. I'm gonna give you a good example. Gas, $3.25 a gallon. Now, if Quick Trip gas was $3.25 a gallon, but Chevron's gas was $2.99 a gallon, you could see the difference. You'd be like, well, I ain't gonna pay $3.25. But if Chevron $3.25, Quick Trip $3.25, you really don't have a choice. So for that $12 burger, if McDonald's is $12 and Wendy's is $12, you really don't have a choice because everybody's going up at the same time.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's across the board increases that will make the people not worry about the $12 hamburger because they can't get a $12 hamburger down the street anyway.
But the question was long term.
Long term.
Not the adjustment.
Okay.
Because market, what you gave me market price.
I gave right, all right.
Long term is what? With the car example.
Okay.
What's the long term solution?
With the who? I'm sorry.
We just brought up the gas prices.
Right.
If gas prices and like you just said, they all went to $4 a gallon. So BP, Texaco, whatever, everybody had to adjust to that. That's a regular correction.
Right.
What's the long term solution?
To the gas going up?
Yeah.
Traveling less.
Hell no. All electrical cars.
Yeah.
Electrical cars, steam cars.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, that market correction as far as the gas prices and going to electrical cars is off in this. So we talk about a 20-year correction or 20 years.
Shit, 5 year.
5 year long-term solution. Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like we talk about, I mean, we again, the adjustment is everybody else going up.
Right.
Right?
Right. The correction.
But yeah, the long term, that's what it ain't gonna be able to do that.
Okay.
Same thing we started talking about with the fast food. We can't be sitting there, just cutting it, because even when I pay you more and I raise my prices, we still gonna have some kind of just that margin. I gotta find a way to make my profits.
Right.
See, people get confused and say this company made X much billions of dollars. They still got costs associated with it.
Right.
Excuse me. So at the end of the day, what I'm gonna do is kind of what the airline did when they got them kiosks. You see these robots doing this amount of time. It's gonna be a certain point. Look, they're gonna still have those 2 or 3 people. They're gonna make one-time capital investments into some machines that's gonna make the burgers. And here's the frightening part. The frightening part about it is that even the things that we're doing now, the Ubers, the Lyfts, the DoorDashes, at some point in time, there's going to be a correction, long term, that pulls the human aspect out of it.
Right. Well, that would happen anyway. That's automation and AI is going to happen regardless if prices go up or down or if they pay the employees more, in my perspective. Because in the general sense of things, most companies been working to take the human aspect out of it anyway. That's why they work so hard for autonomous vehicles and all that. Everybody's working hard to take the human aspect out of it anyway. If you read the book I told you to read, you would
ordered it today.
Okay.
Got an eyeball on the cover. Ordered it today. It's an Indian guy wrote it.
Right. And I'm just going to throw a little. He says that regardless if the prices go up or down, or regardless if everybody's taking, the only thing they're trying to figure out with taking the human aspect out of certain things is their philosophy on how, like he gave a good example. Now I know we're getting off skip, but I just want to throw this out there. If a car is an autonomous vehicle is driving itself and there's a kids in front of it, and in order to not to hit the kid, they got to swerve over the lane, but they kill you. They're trying to figure out the philosophy on that. What would be the philosophy? Would the philosophy be to hit the kids and save you, or would the philosophy be to swerve lanes and kill you and save the kids? So I'm telling you, the book is real deep. But anyway, go ahead.
No, but just even getting into that, we got to sit here and be realistic about, okay, what is long-term solution. We can't get okay, man, look, I'm getting away with this now, but I ain't gonna be able to get away with this forever.
Right.
And we've all been in them situations, Even though as a business owner, I've known a lot of times I got to pivot and change and switch and stuff like that. What would be the long-term thing with that? So we start looking at big picture wise, what is the, what would be, kind of like maybe the solution or the fallout coming with that, right? So you start saying to yourself, how would that be adjusted? Like we just said, the AI, the robotics, things like that. I remember when I was in grad school, a guy came and spoke with us from Georgia Tech, engineer. Said the children that are born today will not drive their cars. That was back in 2015, 14, 15. And I can see it.
Right.
I can see it. And I can see, within, maybe 2025, not 25, maybe 2030, 2035.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's saying about 2050.
Yeah. I think straight autonomous cars. The thing of it is that people move on certain opportunities, but they don't necessarily think it through. Because when you got opportunities to take advantage of, nothing wrong with that. That's human nature. When he starts sitting there saying, he said, well, look, I'm going to go a whole different direction, and I'm going to do these things a certain way. You just got to live with it.
Right.
And I do think with automation.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by automation, certain things, certain processes are put in place to make things a lot more fast and efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Unless the government keeps it open, I don't see a point where they're going to keep the U.S. Postal Service open. I just don't see it. The government is going to have to keep it open because you can do everything else without it cheaper.
Right. And you could, I mean, and technically the long-term solution would be the contract that mail out to UPS or Amazon or somebody like that. The U.S. Post Service being still in business, but not in the aspect or the way that we think of. They're just a facilitator. They're just, you know, like we could drop it off at the UPS, at the Postal Service, but the Postal Service is not delivering. You get what I'm saying? They knocked that part out.
I think it's going to be going all together.
You think so?
Yeah, the government's keeping the Postal Service open.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can do it, get it cheap and done better. Going to another agency.
Right.
I mean, nobody's really mailing letters.
That's true.
So that whole
The text message and the email really killed the postal service. If you think about it, I'm gonna mail you this letter when I can send it to you in 2 seconds.
damn email, text.
Text, yeah.
I mean, just
Well, I'm talking about before the text came out. Emails came
absolutely.
out first. Emails. I mean, you think about that. You got mail. I'm like, whoa, what? So
Instantaneously.
Right, instantaneously. So yes, you're right.
Then I can attach my pictures.
Right.
Just so many things that
Now with video conferencing, you don't even have to send the email. You can just pick up the phone and talk to them on the computer now.
I don't think you really need just mail packages off. Like I said, you can use another agency to do that. And man, shit, I don't even see the whole point of doing that.
Right.
Going to your point with the increase in pay, I just think that nobody looks at the inverse. If we're gonna be sitting out paying people a quote unquote living wage, what's gonna be the other side of that?
Well, let me ask you a question. Let me throw a caveat in there. Just ask you a question. What you think? Generally, when let's say they're paying us $15 an hour, and they take the price up to hamburgers to $12 an hour, we're just throwing out an example. A lot of times, I'm giving you like gas. That price doesn't go back down. It doesn't correct itself to the correct price. It stays up there because a lot of times consumers get used to paying it. Think about gas. Gas used to be 99 cents. Then it's creeped up to $1.50. Then it creeped up. Then one time they exploded for over $4. They corrected the market. They say it brought it back down to $2.99. But ever since then, it's never been lower than $2.99 or $2.75. So once you get used to paying the price, a lot of times companies or whatever they want to get you used to a price. So they take a price up. Like say the hamburger, they really want the hamburger to be $12. So they're gonna take it up to 15. Then say, oh, we got a great deal. Take it back down to 12. You get what I'm saying? Because they really want you to pay the 12.
From, let's say that was in 02, 01, 02, when, gas prices just went crazy to now. Don't you think wages have adjusted?
No.
You don't?
No. Because most companies will keep you at that minimum wage. See, most companies base their salary on the minimum wage. If the minimum wage is $7.75 and I'm giving you $8, I'm already above that. I'm giving you $8.50, I'm already above that. I don't need to go any higher. I'm already above. I'm not giving you. Most companies not going to give you the minimum wage. They're going to give you 25 or 50 cents over that to say that they're giving you more anyway.
Well, I say this to say, with that said, I just think in regards to just say 2002 or 3, I don't know if I'm making $9.50, $10 an hour, maybe a little bit more. I think that same job in where I was probably paying maybe 15, 16 starting off. So they've had some kind of adjustments with it. I get what you're saying with that. Some jobs, lower tier jobs, is going to pay less money.
Right.
And I get what you're saying too about if the prices go up, people will eventually just adjust to it.
Right.
Or they may not deal with the shit at all.
Right. Electric vehicle. You get what I'm saying? Like with the gas.
Yeah, but I don't know, lad. I don't know.
I mean, you think about the electric companies, when the price of gas went up, they were charging a service charge for gas. So the bill had a surcharge on that for gas. They've taken the surcharge off for gas, but they put that charge into something else. So it's not really necessarily disappeared off your bill. They just, folded up in another charge. But do you remember that though?
Yeah.
Everybody was giving surcharges for gas, and I don't think those surcharges came off. The names just changed. So once we got used to paying it as part of the bill to a point to where when we first started the bill, we was like, oh, surcharge for gas. Then after a certain amount of time, we don't even look at that surcharge no more. We only say anything about it because we're used to paying it.
Like a new kind of usage fee,
right? You are used to paying it. Once the consumer gets used to paying something, there's no sense to correct the price. There's no backlash from that because we're already used to paying it. Now you may give us 10 or 15 cents off of it and think we're getting a great deal, but technically you wanted us to pay that price anyway. So giving us the 10 or 15 cents off is just getting you back down to the price you wanted us to pay.
So if that's the deal and you're gonna fix it yourself, why not increase pay?
Exactly.
But if, with that said, I just don't think
increasing pay might be to the mom and pops and those. It might be a problem. Don't get me wrong. It probably will be a problem. But when you have bigger corporations, and I'm not saying because they're making billions of dollars, but they have already put the prices in there for higher wages. So you always have to have and you're a CPA.
Mm-hmm.
You always have to have a cost analysis for in what they call it incidentals.
Uh-huh.
They got those incidentals, and pay increases are part of that incidental. I can't believe any Fortune 500 company wouldn't have a pay increase as part of the incidentals, as part of their bottom line. And now if they don't do those pay increases, that becomes income, that becomes profit. Yeah. But if they do the pay increases, that in itself, it doesn't really affect their bottom line per se, because they already have it in there.
Yeah, we right now, okay. I'm following. I'm tracking with you right now.
Okay.
Like, use my military terms, tracking. I'm tracking with you. Like, I guess still, you with incidentals and everything. I think if certain costs are brought up,
mm-hmm.
and then prices adjust, I just don't think wages are necessarily going to be reflected with a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Because even if wages go up, they're going to bring some other shit back up.
Yeah.
I just think
that's automatic. You're right. That's automatic. That's going to happen.
I'm talking about outside the prices.
Right.
I think that's going to go up. And I don't think people prepare for that. I do wonder, because, it's cool. And I'm not trying to be pessimistic, because I love people going out here, with this energy, doing their own thing. And, hey, they starting their own stuff and everything. I think it's real cool. Don't get me wrong. But big picture wise, I don't necessarily know it's the best.
Is it sustainable?
Exactly.
And that may be the price. That may be the truth. It may not be sustainable. And what may happen is, like you said, these companies like, you know what, we're not going to deal with this. Let's go ahead and get these robotic arms in here and make these hamburgers and flip this. And when we are ready to come back to the job, it's not going to exist anymore.
Yeah.
Because Robbie the robot is going to be doing it. And they already have these mechanical arms. It's not something that they have to invent or make up. They're already ready to go. I've seen them in places.
Yeah, and they can do everything a person can do.
Right.
Pull orders at the warehouse, cook the burgers and everything, and have to take no piss breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what was I about to say? I just lost my train of thought. Damn, man, I had a good point too. With that, man, I hate that. I was just Robert Robot threw me out.
I'm sorry. Hey, I can tell you got a little allergies going on too. You look a little down, like you got a little cold going on. Not COVID, allergies.
I had my coffee for the show.
Oh, okay.
No, what I was just about to say, just one of them things, we start looking at in regards to, how people are going to make adjustments and stuff coming out of it. I just don't know, I don't want to seem pessimistic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't seem pessimistic. Oh, what I was about to say was, I think a lot of times, what you don't want to have happen is you make decisions or moves off trends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what determines it's going to be a trend?
Right.
And that's a little funky thing, because we all seen things like, man, I don't think that's going to last. And it do last. But majority of the time, it don't last.
Right.
I was driving today. and I seen somebody over on Jonesboro Road when they McDonald's, they done got a place, got a big sign, selfie store.
Okay.
So they done got, the place they got a 360 camera and do that. In my mind, I wouldn't know when the hell I get a lease off of shit like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that is like a total trend.
Right. To be honest with you, phone technology is moving so fast. They gonna have a 360 camera in 2 weeks.
Well, if
on the phone,
in my mind, if I was a photographer, that's just probably another service.
Right.
There's no way in the hell I would just,
surrounded around just that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why, sometimes you like, man, I think that's just a trend.
Mm-hmm.
And you wonder some of the things with some of the technological advances we have right now, is that something sustainable or is it just a trend?
Me personally, I think that's a trend.
I definitely think that's a trend, but even we start talking about these things that people left their job. How long will the gig industry become like that? Because they've been trying to get regulated.
Right.
And that's the thing about it. How Uber and all them just, because again, that was one of the main reasons why they were pushing the whole thing as far as looking for the six, if you're not a finance guy, you really don't be thinking about that. But that was one of the main reasons to push for all these different transactions going in to see, because you got this whole number of people out here making money, and the government doesn't know
how much they make.
How much they're making, and there's no way to track those revenues for taxation purposes. And that's why they wanted to do that. It's not that, okay, they Big Brother watching you. Big Brother just want their money. And those kind of things, like, I think going to change a lot of stuff. So we can't keep track of them. They're going to register this way. They're going to have to do this way. Well, it seems, everybody got so much free will to do some of the things. I just think certain industries, probably the next couple of years, will be regulated. You do got to be, you just can't be an Uber driver. You got to be licensed to do Ubering. You got to be licensed to do Lyft. You got to be licensed to do DoorDash or whatever. You got to go through some kind of class.
You got to go through a health department class to handle other people's food.
Pay a $15 fee for that, this, that, and that.
And that would be a market correction, because you're gonna have people fall off because they're not gonna want to pay a fee to do that in my car.
And you be a damn fool not to think it's not coming.
Oh, it's coming. They figuring it out.
Those are the kind of things I think that eventually, when they come around, people will see like, okay, man, y'all make too damn much money doing this stuff. And that's how that goes. And I just don't know. Again, we start talking about the Great Correction. I don't know how this is going to be the next 4 or 5 years. I got my strong opinions in regards to, man, a lot of this stuff ain't going to be here.
Right.
I think a lot of things going to be taken, because history has showed us that.
Right.
Anytime people have been innovative and creative, some things have sustained, some stuff just made a quick, only word help, but it, made different conveniences in our lives. But after a while, big boys take it over.
Right.
And it just kind of be like, okay, cool, to add something else. It's one of the reasons why Google is always buying little smaller businesses, because they just want to make their brand better and better and better and better.
Bigger, yeah.
And the little smaller brands, they know, like, look, man, why are we trying to do this? Let me sell them my AI technology. Let me sell them my credit card processing technology. Let me sell them my, digital voice technology. That's why they do that, because those companies see, like, it's going to be hard to compete with them, especially from a cost perspective, staying open. And I just wonder, like, looking at, especially with you think about the whole gig industry, I don't know if certain things going to be open to people.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, I think about the article I read about GE. GE was this big conglomerate. That GE wasn't just light bulb. They had so many other things under their belt, so many smaller companies that they had bought. But now they're like small themselves. They're small potatoes to the point that they might be closing down.
Shit, Kodak, Fuji.
Or they're going to split it all up into different companies. Kodak definitely did. And Kodak had a chance. Well, never mind. They had a chance to get in on this phone picture. They said, nah, that's good fad. Basically like we just said about 360.
Yeah. Kodak, Fuji. You think about a lot of things. We were younger, those Fortune 500 companies not even here no more. Just didn't make adjustments.
Right.
They make adjustments on some things, technology kind of edged you out with certain things and stuff. So, hey, man, and I just think that's kind of how life it is. And a lot of times, majority of us, we're not versed with certain things. We put ourselves in a reactive state. Now, like I said, I love the energy of people going out here doing their own things and doing certain stuff. Shit. Like
Right.
I say again, some of this stuff sustainable or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And I guess the only way you can find out is it sustainable is by trying it.
Trying it in history and time will tell you. You know, once you get experience, then you have to make decisions what you're gonna let experience do.
Right.
Is it gonna scare you or teach you or
Right.
motivate you? So I really don't know, man. I really don't know. But what I want to do now, man, is kind of open the floor up. If anybody got any questions in regards to anything, any questions, anything business related, finance related, anything, you got the questions about the grant opportunities, anything, the floor is open.
Right. Your mama said, "Hey."
Hey, mom, what's going on?
Yeah, your mom said, "Hey." I think they like to ask questions in private.
That question in private.
I think they like to ask you questions where nobody sees them.
I got you. Everybody, with that said, you know, you can book an appointment. We got the free 10-minute sessions, 30-minute sessions. I think 150, 175, 1 hour, 210. But all the links to book an appointment there, the contact information. Do not book a 10-minute session with an hour-long question.
Exactly.
We fixed that real quick.
Right.
You know, just letting you know. It happens all the time, Leo.
I know it does.
It happens all the time. But, you know, right now, like I said, if you got any questions regarding anything, finance, business related, the grant opportunities is there right now. So I want you guys, you know, take advantage of it.
How many videos you got on grants right now?
It's over 150.
So it shouldn't be any grant y'all can't find. And then ask a question about it, book an appointment so you can get the right answers and all the information you need.
Well, the biggest thing with the grants, man, you know, just being straight up, people don't necessarily want to read. People want grants, but they feel like they got to fill out all this paperwork and do that. They just don't want to go through that.
Right.
I mean, people don't, you know, again, it's just.
They're not going to give you free. They're not going to give you money when you just saying, I take it.
Yeah. And that's a screening process in itself.
Right.
You know, get out of questions as much as possible, you know, never to make things super, convenient for you.
Right.
Or even a little bit convenient. So I just, you know, people just need to just read sometimes. You know, I don't think that's asking too much.
Right. Make an effort.
There you go.
Put some skin in the game.
There you go. Just a little bit.
Right.
I like just a little bit of skin in the game and everything.
No questions.
Any other questions? Any one of the platforms?
Nope. Nope.
Really? Okay.
Nope. No questions.
All right. We're going to get ready to wrap everything up.
No questions today. But guess what? You'll get a bunch of questions later on.
I know. But man, I had a blast tonight. We talked about the Great Resignation on tonight's show. But I appreciate you guys. Listen, again, we want to try to get at 20,000 subscribers before the end of the month. So appreciate all the love, the support, everything that you guys been giving us to help us grow and see, you know, all our goals for this year with everything. So take care of yourself. Be safe out there. And I'll talk with you soon. Thank you.